Who do you blame? I'm serious. Think about it right now. Who's the person that you point to when you think about why things haven't worked out yet? Is it your parents? Is it your ex? Your boss? Or maybe even the economy? So who is it? Now, hold that person or that thing in your mind, right? Because by the end of this video, you're gonna see them in a completely different light. So here's what I figured out. When something goes wrong in your life, there's really only two questions you can ask. You can either ask, whose fault is this? Or you can ask, what can I do better? Now, the first one, it feels great to ask, right? Because it takes the blame and responsibility off of yourself. And it usually has a real answer. Like, someone really did screw you over. Or the system really is unfair. You get to be right about who's wrong. And being right feels good, right? But here's the problem. That answer doesn't give you anywhere to go. You can't change what they did. You can't go back in time. That door has already closed. But what can I do better? Every answer to that question gives you something that you can actually go and do, like right now, today. Like one question looks backwards at something that you can't change. The other one points forwards at something that you can. And that is the entire difference. And now look, I get what you're thinking. Like, it's easy to say that when like someone is actually at fault, right? When it's actually their fault. So let me tell you where I learned this, because I learned it in a situation where it was genuinely, completely not my fault. So I was in this relationship, right? Like it's my last serious one. And without getting into the nitty gritty details, essentially she betrayed my trust in a way that I just did not see coming. And when it ended, I did what everyone else would do. I replayed everything in my head, like every lie, every red flag that I missed, every moment where I should have known in hindsight, right? I was building this case in my head, almost like a prosecutor, like trying to pinpoint everything that went wrong. And you know what's crazy? I was right, like basically about all of it. But the issue is being right didn't help me. Like weeks and weeks into this mental prosecution, and I was exactly in the same place that I started, with the same pain, with the same anger, except now I was just exhausted because I've been running around in circles all week, just like circling around the same things, right? So what I want you to understand is how much I didn't want to ask, what can I do better? Because, like I said, it genuinely was not my fault. So asking that question, it almost felt like I was letting her off the hook, right? Like I was taking the blame for something I didn't do. But here's what I realized. It's not about the blame at all. Blame is about the past. What can I do better is about the future. They're not even in the same conversation. Like, they're completely unrelated. You can hold someone accountable and also at the same time ask what you can do differently moving forward. These things aren't mutually exclusive. And the second that I asked that second question, I got actual real answers. I ignored the red flags early because I just didn't want to see them. Okay, so what can I do better? Well, maybe I can learn to trust my gut more, right? I made her my entire emotional world. Okay, so what can I do better next time? Okay, well then, I can build a life where one person leaving doesn't just collapse everything. You see how every single one of those is something that I can actually tangibly change and go do in the future? And that was the moment that everything shifted for me. And here's what nobody wants to talk about. Being right actually has a cost, like a real measurable cost. So all that time and energy that you spend building this case around someone, right? Replaying what they did, explaining to yourself like why you're justified in being upset, that energy has to go somewhere. And what it produces is exhaustion, not progress, right? Not closure, just exhaustion. Now, take that same energy and then point it towards what can I do better? It'll take the same amount of effort, right? But by directing it in a different direction, you get a completely different return. One produces a list of grievances that you can't really do anything about, and the other produces a list of things that you can actually do and, like moves that you can actually make tomorrow. It's the same energy, it's the same time invested, but the outcomes are completely different. And it compounds. That's the thing that a lot of people miss. Every single time that you ask, what can I do better? You learn something about yourself. Like your patterns, your blind spots, the specific ways that you tend to get into your own way, right? Like these lessons don't expire. They don't have like a shelf life, because they travel with you into every single future situation for the rest of your life. But then there's the flip side. Every time that you ask, whose fault is this? You learn something about that specific person in that specific scenario. And those lessons, they do have a shelf life, because that person leaves, or like that situation changes, and then now what? All that analysis was about something or someone who isn't even in your life anymore, right? One type of lesson compounds forever. The other one depreciates the second the situation changes. It's the same amount of effort, by the way, to learn both, but wildly different returns over time. And here's the thing that no one wants to hear. Other people are temporary. All of them. I know this sounds harsh, but think about it for a second, right? Relationships end, friendships drift apart, colleagues move on, people who you thought would be there forever just aren't one day. You are the only person guaranteed to be present for your entire life. The only one. So any lesson that you learn about yourself, you keep forever. And any lesson that you learn about someone else, it only applies to that one person in that one dynamic temporarily, right? Every future relationship, every future job, every future city, every future version of your life, you bring with you what you learn about yourself. So that's why this question matters so much. It's not about being a better person or taking the high road or whatever. It's not about like morality. It's about practicality. It's that you are the only long-term investment that is guaranteed to still be there when it pays off. Now, I know some of you watching this, your version of blame isn't a person. Like maybe it's a situation, right? Like the economy is broken. Or if I'd been born 10 years earlier, then I'd be so much further along. Or like my parents didn't raise me this certain way. Or if I were born in another country, then like things would be so much easier. Or like the system is rigged against people like me. Like there's so many different like versions of this, right? And here's the thing. What makes these so dangerous is that there's actually some truth to it. Like the system is harder. Like the system is kind of corrupt, right? Like things are difficult. The job market is tough. Like all of this is true, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything is fair, because it's not. But you've taken that one thing and you've built an entire story around it. Like every morning that you wake up and you don't take action, you've already got this ready-made, convenient explanation as to why things didn't work out. It's like, well, if it's all rigged anyway, then what's the point of even trying? And that explanation, it feels like wisdom, right? Like it feels like you see the world more clearly compared to like those naive people who just thinks like you can just work hard and everything will pay off. Like it feels like you're almost like, like above these naive people. But here's the thing I want you to actually look at. How's that clarity working out for you? Like how does thinking that way, how has that actually worked out for you? Right? Because from where I'm standing, all it looks like is, you're getting older behind that story, right? You keep telling yourself the same story, and now you're in the same room with the same excuses, as the same person, with the same story, except now you're just older. So the question, what can I do better? It doesn't pretend like the system is fair. It doesn't pretend like everything is good and fair. It just refuses to let that be the reason that you stop moving forward. And now, here's the part that I think it's actually like the most important, most powerful part about this. This question gives you a move, like immediately, in any situation, regardless of what anyone else does or doesn't do, right? Like most people, when something bad happens to them, they wait. They just wait for closure. They wait for an apology. They wait for the other person or the situation to change. They wait for circumstances to get better on their own. They're standing completely still because they feel like they need something to happen first before they start. What can I do better doesn't wait for any of that. You ask it, and then you get an answer, like immediately, and then you go. Right? Like, while everyone else is frozen, waiting for the world to hand them the next step, you already have one. And then over time, that gap, it adds up because you've been in motion the entire time that they were standing still. So, here's what I want you to do, right? Think about the one situation that you keep pointing at to explain why you're not where you want to be. The person, the circumstance, the system, whatever it is. And then just ask yourself, what can I do better here? Not what's fair, not whose fault it is, just what can you actually today do differently? Because nobody is going to hand you the life that you want. It was always just going to be you. Only you. Now, good luck. Take care.